ETH, we start with 1 hour chart. Just I want to give a quick update and I want to see how we can look for trade. Okay, after the price broke this corrective move, there was a flag to look for trade. Now we get this correction. Mostly we can see this kind of the movement corrective move for ETH. Now I want to see how we can look for trade. First of all, based on 1 hour chart, we don't have any trade setup to look for. Even there is a continuation, if we want to look for the trade setup, we don't have it. Whatever we have right now is a just corrective move. Okay, and even if we move to 15 minutes, the only way we can look for this, we put these two relative to each other, which is not a really good idea, because we can consider this one as a correction, and also this one we can consider similar to any of this. That means if we want to trade this, the only way is to have entry above this. Rather than that, we don't have any other any other option. And this kind of the trade, as long as we get the next up move, we consider as a short term. As long as the price broke this top, we have to start to manage. Okay, because we can expect to get the correction similar to what we get here. Okay, but the question is, do we want to buy at the top? Because the 3960 is the highest price for the ETH in history. Do we want to buy there at the by having entry above the top? How about if the price tag and turn to deeper correction? We don't know where it reverse, but it have to. Okay, that's why I don't suggest to look for this. We have to get a trade set up. We cannot simply jump in and buy when we have the corrective move. Okay, and if we move to, it doesn't mean the price cannot continue. It can, but we don't have any trade set up right now. And if we move to daily chart, this is what we can see. We have been within this sharp move. When we get this move, we mentioned the price can correct. We get this correction, but based on lower time frame. We haven't get this correction based on daily chart. We have to get. That's why, at least similar to any of this. That's why still we can look for continuation based on lower time frame, but we need to have consider as a short term any trade setup. And if I move to forward chart, as I mentioned, we don't have any trade setup, just sharp move. Now we want to see whether we can get the trade here. Correction, if we get any correction, we look for the next trade. Okay, and even if we move to 1 hour chart, just now we mentioned, the only way is, as I mentioned, based on 15 minutes, or the best is if this fountain drop a bit more tentative correction. Similar at least to what I draw here, then sure, we can look for the next trade. Okay, but right now we don't have any trade setup. Anyway, we just follow the chart. From now, we need to be quite careful. Any trade based on the small flag or lower time frame, we consider as a short term trade, unless we get the bigger correction that give us a confirmation. All right. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, still we don't have any trade setup to look for, and we just follow the chart as I mentioned. As I say, if we get any trade setup, I will share. Thanks.